Hello, this is the Japanese Economic Review channel, and today we're diving into the brand new monthly economic report for February 2026.
This is the report that comes straight from Japan's Cabinet Office, so it's the official word on how things are going. Our job is to give you the clearest look at what these numbers really mean. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so right off the bat, what's the big headline? Well, here it is. The economy is, and I quote, recovering moderately. It's kind of that steady-as-she-goes feeling. But, and this is a big but, they've attached a pretty significant asterisk here. We still need to keep a very close eye on the effects of U.S. trade policy.
So you might be asking, how exactly do they land on that conclusion? Well, let's peel back the layers and get into the specific indicators that paint this overall picture.
The first thing that really jumps out is a theme of, consistency. If you look across a lot of the most important metrics, the government's assessment this month is basically a carbon copy of last month's. And what that tells us is we're in a period of stability. No big jumps, but no big drops either.
And you can really see that here. Just take a look. Personal consumption, business investment, exports, imports, production, and the employment situation. They all have the exact same assessment as they did in January. So what does that mean? Well, consumption and investment are picking up. Trade and production are holding steady, and crucially, the job market keeps getting better. It's this all-around stability that really forms the foundation for that moderate recovery headline.
But, stability isn't the whole story. The report actually flags two key shifts in its assessment this month, and honestly, these are the little details that can tell us a lot about where the economy might be headed. So let's take a look at what changed. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this comparison. First up, corporate profits. Last month, the official line was that improvement was pausing. But look at February. It's been upgraded to signs of improvement are seen. That's a definite positive signal. And then, at the same time, check out consumer prices. The language has shifted from a straightforward are rising to something much more nuanced. The pace of price increases has recently moderated. This is a huge deal because it suggests those inflationary pressures might finally be easing up a bit. And that, of course, is really good news for everyone's wallet. So with this mix of overall stability plus a couple of these really interesting, subtle shifts, where does that leave us? What does the government actually expect to happen next? Let's jump into the official forecast.
The report does a pretty good job of laying out both sides of the coin here. The good stuff that could push the economy forward and the potential risks that could really hold it back. So what are these so-called tailwinds and headwinds?
All right, on the plus side, the tailwinds. The government is really banking on two key drivers. First, they're counting on that improving job market to keep putting more money into people's pockets, which should help keep consumer spending strong. And second, they're pretty confident that their own economic policies are going to keep giving the recovery a helpful push.
But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. There are some pretty big risks on the horizon that they're flagging. They're definitely keeping a close watch on inflation. If prices start shooting up again, it could really put a damper on all that consumer spending. Then there's the big wild card, U.S. trade policy. That's still a major concern, especially for Japan's exporters. And finally, you've always got to watch out for swings in the financial and capital markets. That volatility is always a risk that needs to be on the radar.
Okay, so given that whole outlook, the good and the bad, what's the government's game plan? How are they planning to navigate this pretty complex environment?
Well, this is their guiding philosophy right here. The big goal is to build a strong economy. And how are they going to do it? Their main tool is what they're calling strategic and responsible fiscal policy. So you can read that as them trying to find that sweet spot, being proactive but not reckless.
So the real question is, how does that philosophy translate into actual action? Well, they've laid it out in 4 pretty clear steps. Step 1, tackle those rising prices head-on. Step 2, push forward with the economic packages and budgets that are already in place. Step 3, get the new budget for fiscal 2026 passed as soon as possible. And Step 4, a big one, keep working hand in glove with the Bank of Japan to make sure everyone's on the same page. It's really a multi-pronged attack, trying to boost growth while keeping all those risks in check.
And there you have it. That's the latest assessment straight from the Cabinet Office. The big takeaway? A picture of a moderate, steady recovery. There's some cautious optimism in there, but it's definitely balanced with a very clear-eyed view of the risks that are still out there. Thank you for watching the Japanese Economic Review. We look forward to having you with us again.